Good morning, students. Today we'll be discussing about the carbohydrates. That is one of the important chapter for us. We know carbohydrate is very important for our life because with the simplest molecule of carbohydrate, we gain the energy. So we'll be showing some presentation. So biology is nothing but the main dealing with the chemical structure. So carbohydrate, this is the simplest moiety and which is used for the energy production, energy generation. So first of all, we should know carbohydrate will be classified into three categories like monosaccharide, oligosaccharide and polysaccharides. So monosaccharides are the single moiety of the single glucose unit, so which cannot be further hydrolyzed. Then it forms the building blocks of more complex carbohydrate. Now coming to the oligosaccharide, that is a low molecular weight polymers composed of near about 10. Okay? So if they are also classified into two category like disaccharide, trisaccharide, tetrasaccharide. If two hydrates or monosaccharide units are joined, they will be the disaccharides. If three units are joined together, they will be known as the trisaccharides. Like this way, they will be going on. If more than 10 monosaccharides are joined together, they will be known as the polysaccharide. Okay. Now coming to the next slide. So we'll be discussing about the different type of complex carbohydrate. So monosaccharide, here you can see they are classified as 3 carbon, 4 carbon, 5 carbon, 6 carbon. Like they are known as the thiose, tetrose, pentose, hexose. So here we give the example dihydroxygen glyceraldehyde. Actually, they are not carbohydrate. When they will be metabolized, they will be converted into simple small. These are the known as the triose, tetrose. Okay, erythrose, threose. But from the pentose like arabinose, deoxyribose, ribose, these are the important carbohydrates which are present in the nucleus and in the RNA and DNA also. Hexose, galactose, glucose, fructose. These are the conventional carbohydrates. Now oligosaccharide like lactose, maltose, sucrose, which are composed of 10 to 12. Like C, you can see C12. Trisaccharides like raffinose. These are the tetrasaccharides. Now coming to the polysaccharide like pentosane, aravan, xylan, hexosane like the cellulose, galactose, and glycosine. These are the complex carbohydrates when they will be not metabolized or they can be found in vegetables also, and they will be storing the adipose tissue and they will store the energy for future use. And another complex carbohydrate like the gums, hemicellulose, pectin is it. Pectin and hemicellulose gums you can see find in the different plants, which are converted into more complex carbohydrate. Okay. Now we are going to elaborate more. Now polysaccharides. 10 monosaccharides hydrolyzed into hydrate in thousands of monosaccharide units. Like if a longer amount of chain of carbohydrate is hydrolyzed, they will be giving small monosaccharide. Like suffix O's will be added to the polysaccharide. And some of the O's will be converted to ANS. Like pentosane, xylan, arabinan, hexane, result. So there are like important starch, dextrin, glycogen, cellulose, inulin, important moiety for our life. And plant like corn you can find. Okay, they will be containing different galactan, glycogen, which are the very important source of food also. In case of complex carbohydrate like gums, mucilage, algal polysaccharide, alginic acid, carrageenan, they also contain some complex carbohydrate. In bacterial polysaccharide, xanthan gum, these are the important like carrageenan or alginic acid, and this type of algae type of complex carbohydrate is used in the space. They used for the different production. They are consuming very small, producing larger amount of energy. Now, classification of polysaccharide will be done broadly like homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharide. In case of homopolysaccharides, same type of saccharide units will be joined together, and one type of inter-unit linkage will be there. And some same structural units will be there, like fructan, glucan, here starch and glycogen, mannans. These are the examples of polysaccharide. Now coming to the heteropolysaccharide. Here, single neutral monosaccharides, and they will be uh, different different type of monosaccharides will be joined together. Amylose, amylopectin, cellulose, it can be there. So they will be insoluble in water. You can see cellulose or pectin, they are not soluble. Okay. And can be soluble under drastic condition. They have given some acid or forceful condition. Like cellulose starch, you can see in the rice. They are not found in the, they are not digested in normal water. They have to boil. Also a tendency to precipitate from circulation. And they have the retrogradations. That means they will be forced under very high temperature, high pressure. Now there are different branch polysaccharide also. Change in interaction, they are more soluble in water. They have the low viscosity and lower tendency to precipitate. And from sticky paste at higher concentration, because if you make a paste of the water or rice, then you can see a sticky paste will be there. Due to side chain nature, side chain interaction is there, and they are suitable as a binder or adhesive. They will be just binder or adhesive in case of tablet or in different capsule or as an excipients in different drugs also. Now, linear branch polysaccharides are there, modified polysaccharides are there. Okay. So there will be different physical and chemical properties will be there. Now there are heteropolysaccharides also. Two or more type of monosaccharides units are present, like glucomannan. So the sugar units are D-fructose, D-galactose, D-galactouric acid, D-glucose, D-gluconic acid. Different drug also react with D-gluconic acid before metabolization. D-mannoniuric acid, D-xylose, D-rhamnose. So these are the example glucan where the linkage you will find alpha 1 fructan beta 26, arabinams, alpha 1, xylan beta 1. So there are present in amylose, amylopectin, here you can find it. Now heteropolysaccharides like arabinose, glucan, arabinoxylocan, xylocan, these are the. So not here I'm ending the slides, I'm going to another presentation because that will more information. So as a general, I can say sugar, starch, and fiber are the carbohydrates. The formula of carbohydrate is CH2ON. It is a simple carbohydrate, saccharide and disaccharide. Then the polysaccharide is a complex carbohydrate. Here you can example C6H12O6 will be formula, and glucose, fructose, galactose. These are the different example of simple carbohydrate. Okay. Next, monosaccharide, glucose, dextrose or blood sugar. That is primary fuel of the body, found in all disaccharide polysaccharide. Okay. So any of the food converted to glucose to produce the energy. Fructose, it is a fruit sugar. Case of fruits, we can find the fruits like mango, banana. They will have in the fructose, fruit, honey, and syrup. Any 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 sweet fruit you can find the fructose. Converts to glucose in the body and it getting the maximum amount of energy. Okay. Suppose you are very hungry, you can eat banana, mango very fast, and it will reduce your hunger also because it will be converted to fructose and sucrose. Now, monosaccharide galactose, part of the lactose found in milk and convert glucose in the body. So, simple carbohydrate like disaccharide, like the maltose, sucrose, lactose, they are the simple disaccharide. Two units are joined. In case of sucrose, where glucose plus fructose is used, and that is found in the refined from sugar beets or cane. Lactose, that is present in the milk sugar, which is very essential for children. So that is known as the glucose and galactose. Sometimes some of the child having the lactose intolerance, missing digestive enzyme needed to split into two monosaccharide parts to absorb it. That is, the children having a particular digestion is not present, which can split the two monosaccharide that will be absorbed, but they have the deficiency of that digestive enzyme. Coming to the maltose, it is a malt sugar that's plus glucose found in germinating seeds used in fermentation. malted beverage, beer, whiskey, and then also um, peanut, chola, this type of. Okay? So you can see the structure here. Two glucose units are joined together, and one hydroxy group and one hydrogen group from another glucose will be produced water, and it will form a orthoglycosidic linkage. So glucose plus glucose will be forming a maltose. So here example you can find an OH group from one glucose and one hydrogen atom from another glucose combined to create a molecule of water that will be moved, and two glucose molecules will warm together with a single atom to forming a disaccharide glucose. Now complex carbohydrate, here you can see polysaccharide, glycogen, starch, fiber. So glycogen, that is a long chain of glucose found in stored in liver and muscle, which is used for our having flesh food or chicken, mutton, beef, like this you can find. Helps maintaining blood glucose. An important source of quick energy, especially during exercise, list only about 12 hours or fasting and store the glycogen. Okay. Polysaccharide, here is one important star. It is a long chain of glucose found in plants like cereals, wheat, rice, corn, legumes, bean and root vegetable, potato, yam. Polysaccharide, fiber, mostly indigestible. CHO, gums, mucilage, component of the plant cell walls. Classified according to solubility in water. Abundant in whole plant, legume, fruit, and vegetable. Now, fiber you can see insoluble, non-viscous, cellulose, liquid, and some of the fiber like viscous and fermentable, pectin, gum, and mucilage. So, in case of digestion, mouth salivary amylase helps in digestion. In case of fibers and satiety, these will be digested in the stomach. Small intestine, maltase, sucrose, lactase. Pancreas, pancreatic amylase will be helping when complex carbohydrate digested. In case of large intestine, fermentation or viscous fibers, water, gas, salts, and fatty acid production will be there. So different pathways are there shown. So metabolized in our body, so that is used for energy, fuels. So it is stored in the liver, also one third in the muscle, and made from protein for neogenesis. Whenever glucose is converted to another glycogen or another fatty material, so from gluconeogenesis again it will be converted to fat when in excess of body needs. So that will be regulating the hormone, maintaining glucose homeostasis like insulin, which moves the glucose from the blood into the cells. Glucagon, that is another hormone that signals the liver to release glucose into the blood. Epinephrine, that is also released when emergency fuel is needed. So if there is production of insulin less or the glucose is not stabilized, then we find the type 1 diabetes, failure of insulin production, type 2 diabetes, obesity will be there. But if there is excessive insulin drop, if the glucose is digested more, then hypoglycemia. Okay, but that is lessly found, that is very helpful. And glycemic response, it is one of the tests for finding out whether diabetes has occurred or not. Health effects of sugar. They know nutrients and may contribute to malnutrition. If sugar excess causes dental caries, does not cause but can contribute to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, problem. Acquisition against sugar. Sugar causes obesity and sugar causes heart disease also. So don't use sugar too much. Sugar causes misbehavior in children and criminal behavior. Oh my God. Don't know that. Sugar causes craving and addiction in serotonin. Okay? Like any person having the tendency to have sugar like the coffee and sweets, they have the addiction, sugar craving. I also feel craving whenever I feel hunger. I have the tendency to have some coffee with sweet taste and sweet anything, sweet, dry. Okay, recommended intake of sugar not more than 20% total daily energy intake and limited at 10% less than 10% total energy intake. Health effects, complex carbohydrate fiber may reduce the risk of If you use the complex carbohydrate foods, fiber content carbohydrates, heart disease, diabetes, GI health, this will be reduced. GI health, cancer, weight management. Diet index in complex with carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So lower fat and lower calories, higher in fiber, vitamin, minerals. There are some soluble sugars also. So the example that is discussed in the past 50. So dietary recommendation 2000 kilocalorie diet. Okay. Alternate sugar, two categories, mannitol, sorbitol. These are the solvent used for different medicine preparation. Like different artificial sweetener also there. So sugar substitute, calorie free, moderation useful for blood sugar, alcohol, saccharin, aspartame, so that sucralose, alternative sugars. Yeah. Alternative sugar, acetylene. Artificial sweetener will be taken, but not too much. They can cause the cancer. Okay. Alcoholic beverage, they also contain some sugar also. So thank you for this listening. Some here. Food class are there also, like the different taste. Here are another also that's discussing with the chemistry of the carbohydrate. Actually, carbohydrate is a vast chapter. Okay. Many classes can be taken. So this is the structure glyceraldehyde, I have stone. Okay. Monosaccharides, polysaccharide, isomerism. Two isomer can be found there. It's not required for the one. Different example of glucose where different isomers, epimers you can say. Okay. See the different structure of glucose. Reducing sugar whenever any glucose can be reduced. With the aldehyde in a group, they are known as a reducing sugar. Glycosidic bond when two glucose units do join a bond, it is known as the glycosidic bond. See here. Sure. Hemiacetal reduced OH, reduced acetal is the glycosidic bonds. Okay. So I'm ending here. Thank you everyone for your patience.